Welcome to The Push.
Episode 39.
My name's Steve Machine Curran.
And this is Kevin Big Daddy Allwood.
We're fresh from our turtle stairs, ocean swim.
We are.
How good was it, man?
It was great.
Yeah, fucking life affirming.
Yep, so every week we're, every Sunday morning, early in the morning,
6:30 a.m.
We're doing the stair runs and the ocean swim.
Yeah, at Clovelly, at the Gordons Bay Stairs.
And each week it gets more severe.
Yeah, so today we had Todd Williams, Chris Steinman, Dean Stevens, and Robbie Terexia. And
Did you say that right?
I don't
T-Rex.
know. T-Rex. Let's call him T-Rex.
Let's call him T-Rex. You've got to come back next week, Rob.
Yeah.
T-Rex.
And it's pretty cool, man. It's
It's hard.
It's fucking hard. And as Kev said, we every week we make it a bit more ridiculous.
Yeah, so next week what are we going to do?
Well, we started with 10 runs up the stairs and one jump.
Yeah, one time jumping. It's not that many stairs.
How many? 50?
60 stairs.
60 stairs. But very steep. Very steep. So we did 10 the first week, and last week we did 12 stair runs, and then
2 times jumping up the stairs.
Well, you did 2, I did 1.
That's right.
This week was 14 stair runs and
2 jumps.
2 jumps up the stairs, and then and then at the end we all jump in the ocean. So next week we're adding 15 stairs,
Yeah.
2 jumps, and swimming across Clovelly Bay and back, which isn't very far. It's probably 50 meters altogether, 25 each way.
Yeah, it's not that far.
But
It's cold.
It's getting warmer.
And it's the ocean.
It is
And
the
it's
ocean.
swimming.
Yeah, which we're not, none of which we're very good at.
Yeah.
So I just, on a side note, so the name Turtle Stairs comes from, originally Maddie said, a long time ago I posted a video of me trying to do sprints and said that I looked like a turtle running.
You look like a turtle running up the stairs.
And then
He's got this little bow-legged run thing that he does.
And then your Mrs. J said something about, you said you were going to run the stairs.
Yeah. And she goes, oh, the turtle stairs.
Yeah.
And it has stuck.
Yeah, so thanks, ladies, for both of you
Yeah. So turtle stairs it is.
running down my fucking elite athlete sprinting style. I don't know why I run. Why do I run? Because I think it's because my legs are so short.
You've got, the girth is quite generous too.
Are we talking about my legs or what?
Definitely we're talking about your legs.
My girth is so thick.
That it causes him to be bow-legged.
That's right. That's right. Causes women to be bow-legged. If only that was true.
So he has his little knees are pointing outward, kind of a hunched over running style.
Yeah,
He
it's
looks
not-
like a little turtle.
It's not. It doesn't.
Ninja turtle.
It's yeah. I want to get. So the other thing we should mention, who haven't seen the video, people who haven't seen the video. So last week we did it, and it was pretty cold at 6:30 in the morning, wasn't
freezing,
it?
yeah.
And Kevin was just sitting in his car, and I didn't have a jumper or anything, and so Kev offered to let me use his. He said it was his son's, but it's a one-piece tiger outfit, a onesie. And after two stairs, it was so fucking hot that I had to strip it off.
So he missed a bit. Steve actually put the tiger onesie on and walked to the stairs in the tiger onesie,
Yes.
much to the
Amusement.
delight of all the other people doing their cardio in the morning, and then proceeded to do the whole stair run dressed in the tiger onesie.
Fuck, yeah, very hot. The funniest video I thought was where you filmed Big Dean and me walking along together, and looked like he was some like father figure, and me was like little kid next to him, because he must be about 6'3", 6'4".
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're like about 4'6".
Yeah, that's right. Inversely. But it's really cool. It's fucking cool, man. Like it's to see people like Dean's struggled to get fit over the years, and he's just really embraced it. He's running every day. He's dropped a heap of weight.
He's still a big boy. But,
Yeah.
he's
But he's getting it done.
He's committed.
Yeah, and Chris Steinman, he was he's lost about, I think he's lost about 5 or 10% body fat or something like that.
Right.
Yeah, people are getting it done.
He looks like a runner.
Yeah.
Is he a runner?
No, he's not.
He
no,
looks
he's
like
not.
a runner.
But how good is it just from a mental perspective? You get that done, jump in the ocean, and it really is life affirming.
And today we've stayed in the water for way longer than we have the last 2 weeks.
Yes.
Yeah, it was cool, but it was nice. Really.
Yeah, it's great. And
really
as the
weeks go by.
as the turtle stairs get harder and harder, and our challenges get more and more ridiculous, the weather's going to get better and better.
Yes.
And the ocean's going to get warmer
and
warmer.
hopefully my body will get better and better too.
Oh no, you are getting a bit leaner, I thought, today.
I don't know. I'm trying pretty hard with the diet.
Really? You had a wedding yesterday.
Yeah, I kept it pretty good throughout the wedding food.
Okay.
The entree was some lasagna stuff. I had like 2 mouthfuls and I pushed it to the side.
Right.
I thought, I can't really eat all this cheesy pastry shit. So I waited for the main, which was chicken, and then I had my future mother-in-law's most of her chicken meal as well. That's chicken and mash.
And only one glass of wine. You're not a drinker anyway, are you? Really?
1 glass of red.
Yeah, that does. Unfortunately, the drinking doesn't attract me at all. So that's because that's hard. It's hard to get the weight off.
Yeah, I got offered lots of people were like, "Do you want a shot? Do you want a beer?" I was like, "Nah, man, I'm okay."
Yeah.
Speaking of the wedding that I went to yesterday,
Just gonna have my black coffee with a straw, so I keep my teeth white.
have you been to many weddings? Oh, you went to one the other week, right? But it was a small.
That was great, Andy and Andy and Warren.
See, I didn't know this was a thing, but now, well, I don't know if everyone does this, but at this wedding, when we're all sitting in the room, the reception room, waiting for the bridal party, the MC gets on the mic and says, "All right, we need you to welcome the bridesmaids and the groomsmen and stuff, and then the bride and groom." But they all come in, and the parents of the
is this guy?
they come in to their own music, dancing and
What the fuck is that?
and doing like a routine almost.
Yeah, I've seen that.
So the bride's parents came, and these guys are like, I don't know, in their 60s or older. They come in to some song and they're all getting down and everyone's standing up and cheering and clapping, and then the groom's parents come in. They're hitting 70 like in the next year or so, and then the best man and the groomsmen come in and they've got their song all of the bridal party, and there was a lot of people in the bridal party, they all come in separately
with their own song
to their own song, all like getting down. So there was
it good?
I've never seen it before.
It's
I've
an
never
American
seen
thing.
it.
You haven't seen it on social media?
I've seen like choreographed sort of dance things, like when I've seen that, but I haven't seen each pair of people coming into their own songs and the whole crowd standing up and clapping and cheering, and
Jesus Christ,
it's full on.
I've
never seen that before, and apparently it's normal now because of those
videos,
YouTube clips. Everyone's doing it now.
Wow, seems like a lot of hard work.
There's preparation involved.
Seems like a lot of people that have no business being on stage or dancing. I guess it's an opportunity to strut your stuff.
But they really get into it. They're all getting into it.
Yeah.
I was surprised.
So when you get married,
this is going to be expected.
It's going to be some
But not only
gangster
me, my parents and stuff. My parents are fucking 70.
Your parents are cool though.
73. Yeah, they are, but I don't think they're going to be strutting down to like...
What song would your dad use?
Oh shit, I don't know.
What song would you use?
I don't
It'd have to be some
all these thoughts were going through my
Cube
head.
and Tupac.
Yeah, well, I hit him up.
Yeah. That'd be cool. I think in your case that'd be cool.
That's why I fucked your bitch, you fat motherfucker. That's how it starts.
Maybe not. What would Jay's be?
Well, no, but I have to come in with Jay.
You should use Can't Make a Whole Housewife. How would that go down?
Yeah, about as well as... No.
Bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. Maybe not.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, that's something to work towards.
It's going to require planning, like in a little choreography. Like,
That'd be fun. It'd be cool.
Yeah.
We had a.
But I'm gonna have to like break into like a haka or something.
For sure. That'd be awesome.
I will be, but
Yeah, that would be
But
cool.
you know what that means is that when I break into the haka,
Yeah.
you and Marcelo and the boy, you're gonna have to line up behind
Yeah,
me
man,
and
I'm
do
down.
your bit as
I'm
well.
so
And the
down with
shirts will get ripped
Yeah.
off. We're all gonna be jacked.
Fuck yeah. I'm down with that.
That's actually gonna happen.
All right. No, yeah, I'm down.
And I'm gonna be leading it, and you guys are just gonna be doing some minor part of it.
Yeah.
But I'll be like doing a chant,
Yeah.
and then you guys will say like 2 words, and then I'll do another chant, and you
Yeah,
guys
yeah.
say the same 2 words.
I'm down with that.
It's
For
pretty.
sure.
The backup guys do the more basic stuff,
For
but
sure.
I'll have to actually read it.
I think that's
I'll
a
have to memorize a whole.
I think it's a great
fucking thing.
idea. Did you see
But that's what's going to happen. I'm telling you right now.
All right,
I'm
yeah.
putting it down.
All right.
Right.
Yep, I'm down with that for sure.
That's presume. That's assuming you're invited.
All right, yeah, okay. Thanks, mate. Thank you. Well, did you see the Israel Alessandra fight, the last stylebender fight against Robert Whittaker? Did you see when he came out?
Yes. Yeah, those dancer guys.
Well, those dancer guys were actually his mates,
His mates, yeah.
hip hop crew from New Zealand.
Yeah.
That he used to breakdance with.
Right.
And so they did that dance routine with him in the middle. But that was fucking awesome, man.
Yeah.
Like,
But I mean, if he lost, it would have been like
douchey.
an embarrassment. You wasted your energy doing that shit.
Yeah.
But he killed it.
He's going to be a fucking rock star. Like I think he's going to be bigger than Conor McGregor because he's charismatic.
He can speak really well too. He
can speak well.
Did you listen to him?
Yeah.
I don't normally listen to those Fight Companion
Rogan
podcasts, but I did listen to most of that one that he was on.
Yeah, no, he speaks well. Yeah, I've listened to a few of the podcasts with different people. He speaks well. He's charismatic. He's funny as well. Some of the fighters.
They don't have a lot to say, do they?
No, they either don't have a lot to say, or if they are ones that are mouthy, it starts being the same sort of stuff.
Bravado, braggadocio shit.
Yeah, and he's not super young. He's 30. He's 30. But it's interesting because John Jones is only 31. But the difference, he's like this. He's just like tailor-made for the young generation. Like, he's into things like
Oh yeah, there were some phrases he used. TikTok.
Yeah. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
And he's into what's the Japanese anime and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The Last Stylebender, all that shit.
What is that from?
I think that's from some sort of anime.
Right.
Yeah. Which segues into martial arts and BJJ. I've got my first BJJ injury. Can you see my eye?
First BJ injury.
Yeah, I've got pink eye. No, I actually do have a...
Yeah, I saw that. You got knocked to the eye.
And a little bruise here. I was actually hoping it was going to be bigger.
Okay, yeah.
So it looked more legit.
So you could be proud of it.
Yeah, I just got a little black eye.
Did you get an elbow or something?
I can't even remember. Like, I literally... And
You got a dick in the eye.
Yeah, it's frustrating. And I know it's supposed to be frustrating, but Nick Oki is doing really well, and I shouldn't compare myself with his journey, but I get there and I just go blank.
Right.
I'm just in survival mode.
Yeah,
but trying not to die.
But look, it'll all eventually, it'll come a day where it'll all like slot into place, and you'll do something without even realizing.
And I'll go, oh fuck.
Yeah. I just did a whatever it's called.
A Kimura or something.
Out of
Americana.
instinct.
Yeah. And that's what bodybuilding has taught me as well. Like, it took me 8 years to compete before I was confident enough to compete.
Yeah.
But when I did, I went in middleweights. I didn't go in novice, and I won the state title at IFBB, my first show.
Awesome.
So that's the great thing about taking on something like bodybuilding. It teaches you patience and perseverance.
I did mine in my 8th year as well.
Really?
Yeah. I'd been training 8 years.
Right, okay.
I've been training 7 years.
Yeah.
And this guy I was training with, who was a stripper, he was like, "Oh, I'm doing a competition in a few weeks." I'm like, "What competition?" He said, "Bodybuilding." I was like, "Really?" Because
he didn't look like it.
Nah, he was all right, but he was not bodybuilder.
Wasn't Kev Big Daddy Award standard.
Well, anyway, I went. This is in New Zealand, and I went along. I said, "Well, come and watch you." So I went along to watch him.
Right.
And he was fucking up on his food in the last. I was like, "Aren't you supposed to be on a special diet?" He was eating like canned creamed rice, like
yeah.
that dessert stuff.
Yeah, yum.
And anyway, he didn't do very well. There was a lineup of like 9 or 10 guys, and he got like second to last or something.
Right.
And but I looked at all these guys. This was under 80 kilo division, and, and it was IFBB, NTFBB actually.
Yeah.
There was no natural divisions,
Right.
comps in New Zealand. So I looked at these guys and I was like, you know what?
I can do this.
I just about place in that lineup.
Yeah.
I just about get third place, I reckon.
Yeah.
Right now, looking at how I looked.
Just walking on stage now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I thought, what could I do with a little bit of preparation? So I thought, fuck, maybe I should do one of these.
Yeah.
So I picked a competition that was 18 months away.
Right.
So it was like what they now call season A and B. The one I went to was season A.
Yes.
And I thought, right, end of the year, next year would be a good one to go for.
Yeah.
Give me a whole year of training and then the prep. So I had no idea about anything other than the 7 years of training that I'd done. I didn't know anything about posing, diet.
So had you dieted to get really lean before at that stage?
I'd eaten well to maintain a lean body to work on stage as a stripper.
Yeah.
But I never
to get your dick sucked.
strictly dieted. Yeah, that's right. So I enlisted 3 people to help me. So I had a mate who had competed as a teenager and cleaned up in Australasia and stuff. And I got him to help me with the posing. I got a personal trainer from my gym that I knew who had competed to do my diet for me.
Right.
And another guy at a different gym that I trained at for the purpose of this competition, who was the biggest guy in the gym.
Right.
And I saw him training hard, and I went up to him and said, look, mate, I'm going to do a comp.
Yeah.
Can you train with me for like the next 3-4 months, whatever. This is like the last 3 or 4 months before the thing. And I want you to absolutely smash me. I want to be pushed.
What about the training?
Yeah, so after you absolutely smash me, we're going to go to the gym and actually do some work.
Yeah.
But I want you to push out. I want to be forced to do every last second or third rep. You know, I don't want to be. I don't want to leave anything.
Leave nothing on the floor.
Yeah.
Well, everything on the floor.
Yeah, that's right.
Whatever the term is.
With those guys' help, I competed in '97, and I got third.
Okay.
But yeah, I was pretty happy with that with my first outing. And then 2 years, the year after that, I moved to Australia, and in '99 I really fucking focused and got first place. First comp,
and that was the natural one.
Yeah,
yeah,
natural.
cool.
Yeah,
yeah, you can. Yeah, it's good life lessons. The journey to. I'd been 6 years. I'd been bulking from 1990 to 96.
Right.
And I was fat. I went from, as I've told you before, I was 60 kilos, and I went to put on 30 kilos naturally. I went from 60 to 90, just eating and training and
the food. And when you were eating that large amount of food, did you start that from the very start?
No. It took me 2 years
to work that out.
That I had to eat. I would eat like
me too.
Some sandwiches, and I bought protein powder, but I have like a couple of scoops, and because I thought that the protein powder was like some sort of anabolic formula, that you could just have a little bit, and I had Joe Weider's amino. I think it was
animal pack or something.
Yeah, wasn't the animal pack? It was a different brand.
Multiple vitamins.
And 6
desiccated
and
liver.
they were coloured tablets.
Yeah,
and you didn't want to take too much because they were so potent.
I remember those.
But 6 years of just pretty much just eating massive amounts of carbs and protein.
Was it a lot more than you had been eating prior to training?
Oh yeah. So prior to training, I was a sort of skinny, fat 60 kilos.
3 meals a day.
Yeah, breakfast. My parents had always got me to eat breakfast, so I'd always have a cereal, maybe a slice of toast, and then lunchtime I'd have like iced coffee and like some sort of sandwich. Actually, often I'd have a crisp sandwich.
A what? Crisps
in a sandwich.
Oh, chippies.
Chippies in a sandwich. Just weird shit. And then I'd have a normal dinner, like a pasta or something. Right. And trained like that for 2 years on that sort of food still.
Yeah.
And
do you always regret that you missed out on those first 2 years of nutrition?
You
think you were like behind the 8 ball for a while because of that? Oh, because I did.
Well, I definitely wasted. Like I didn't waste those 2 years. But it's a testament, and this is what I got to remember about BJJ. Like I think a lot of people, I just didn't quit. Like I was training twice a day,
Yes.
6 days a week, eating nothing, putting on no. So I got a little bit lean just by rote of the fact that I was burning so many calories.
Yes.
But 2 years later, I'd say I'd go to the gym, and people would say to me, "What, you train?" And I'd be so like, and I was doing the walk. I'd walk like this. At Gold's Gym in Townsville, when I moved up to Townsville, and I didn't know this till later, I had the nickname Lats.
Right.
Because I'd walk around like this, and I was like 62 kilos.
Oh, wow.
But I eventually drummed up enough courage to talk to one of the big guys and said, mate, he said 2 things. He said, stop training so much. I said, because he said, you train hard. I fucking train hard. Stop training so much, and you got to eat more. So I made it my mission then.
Yeah.
And I would do things like I'd weigh
Isn't
my.
it nice to get little bits of advice like that though? Like
Yeah.
when you don't know. I mean, you don't know.
Yeah.
No one knows.
No,
at the
you
start,
don't know.
right?
And it took me 2 years just to, as I said, to be confident enough to ask. And so then I would just eat. But again, it was just, I didn't educate myself about nutrition. So I would like bake up a whole heap of baked potatoes, and I'd eat like maybe, sometimes I'd eat some chicken, but sometimes I'd just eat potatoes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'd weigh myself, and I'd keep eating potatoes or pasta or like mince and pasta till I'd actually put a kilo on the scale.
Are you weighing
In
yourself
one
at the
sitting,
start of
yes,
the meal
and keep eating.
and then,
Yes, and sometimes
Wow.
sometimes I'd throw up
So you're obviously eating at least a kilo of food.
of
At
food.
least.
I would be washing it down with water.
Yeah.
There's a book called Muscle by a guy called Sam Fussell. Have you ever read it?
Yes.
The Unlikely Bodybuilder.
It's a great
book. And
Yeah.
I read that book around that time.
Oh, did you?
And I saw, and because he talked about going into the bunker in his hat, and he just made eating his priority.
I didn't discover that book until years later.
Right,
but
okay.
It was a great read.
Great read.
And it's about a guy who
Oxford scholar.
He wants to become a bodybuilder.
Yeah.
So he goes to Venice Beach and
Yeah.
trains with all
Yeah.
the real bodybuilder guys.
Well, he initially was this American guy, went to Oxford University, studied English lit, came back to New York and was completely overwhelmed by New York and intimidated by it, and happened upon, and like went to martial arts, and then happened upon a YMCA gym and thought, man, this could be it.
Wow. They played that at the wedding last night.
Oh yeah, did
They
they?
always play that.
Did they do the?
Yeah, people in the crowd dancing. Not in the ceremony, but
Right.
on the dance floor. Yeah.
And so he discovered bodybuilding. As you said, he then went through the whole journey. Went to
But he becomes a personal trainer.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
out doing one-on-ones for people
doing
in their
heaps
houses.
of gear,
and-
taking steroids,
Yeah, competes. Buys himself a calf raise machine for his lounge.
That's right. Just deep in the madness.
Yeah.
Deep. So I read that and I thought, okay, this is what I've got to do. So I went to 90 kilos naturally. Then I, jumped on the supplementation and I ended up at getting up to 110 kilos and looking like a fat motherfucker.
Yes, you were.
But
And you were and you trained hard. And are you in Sydney at this point?
no, this is still in Queensland.
Oh, right.
And this is so 96. There was a bodybuilder at our gym called Dave Wong, an Asian guy.
Dave Wong.
Multiple Mr. Australia,
Yeah.
Dave Wong. Yeah, he competed down here. Very good bodybuilder, beautiful shape, Wongy. And I'd say to him, I was one of those guys.
Shout out to Dave Wong. He's probably watching.
He's I was one of those guys that say, oh mate, you got something to cut me up, like what should I do? And he'd say he just got sick of me saying, he said, Steve, he said, buy this book, and it was a nutrition reference guide. It was like a Spirex and it had every food in it.
Right.
I don't know if you had one.
Tables.
Yeah, it had every food at the time, and you could look up the macros and nutrients, calories.
I did have one of them.
Yeah.
Back in the 90s.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's because there's no internet.
nutrition tables.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he said, buy one of those, and you need to be eating 3,000 calories a day and doing cardio every day, and fucking just diet, mate. Like
Even that advice, it's good advice.
exactly, because he didn't bullshit me. He didn't try to sell me some trend. It wasn't trend at the time, but he said, mate, you got to stop eating. You're fat, and you got to get lean. And the way to do that is this: educate yourself, have about 3,000 calories a day, and do that for about 16 weeks. And I did, and I dieted. I did 45 minutes of cardio twice a day.
Yeah, wow.
And was on 3,000 calories, so a lot of food. And I got down to, at my leanest, I was 83 kilos. This is 96, 83 kilos. I was shredded. and I could have stepped on stage.
Were you happy with what you'd done?
Well, that first time I was, but I hadn't competed at this stage, and I was getting it's a mate because this was over a 6 months period by the end of it, and the attention I got from the opposite sex, it was like night and day.
Yeah,
like it was I was amazed.
Yeah,
and so I stayed like that for about a year, just in really good shape, and it was fucking,
just throwing your dick around.
just awesome. It was fucking awesome, man.
Were you still singing then?
No, I left that long time ago.
Right.
Then I moved to Sydney and started, but that was well, it's funny, isn't it? Until you actually do it, until you actually diet properly and get in shape, you don't really believe that it's the food. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then when you do it and you get in shape, you nail it.
It's
It's
all
all
about
about the food.
Yeah.
There's no way around it.
Yeah, because I mean, obviously some people train a little bit harder than others, but people train. Yeah. Everyone trains.
Yeah.
It's the food that makes the difference
Absolutely.
between the champions and the
Well, and anyway,
the dreamers.
So many people in the gym, and they're taking buckets of steroids.
Or so many people in the gym that have been training for years and they just soft-looking bodies. They don't change.
Yeah.
They might have. You can see there's a bit of muscle underneath, but they never tweak their diet, so you never get to see it.
Now, the Brazilian girls are just calling me, so you have to talk to the listeners by yourself.
That's what that was. All right.
So I'm just gonna
Jesus.
let them in the shit out.
Right. So, what can I talk about while Steve's gone? So, that's right, with the turtle stairs today. So the last time up the stairs was supposed to be squat jumps. Steve pussied out and barely did it. He squatted down about a quarter of the way each rep.
That's as far as my legs go.
It was supposed to be hamstrings to calves on each rep.
Well, yeah, we didn't specify that. So.
I was trying to work out what I could tell our listeners while you were gone.
So you just bitched about me.
I was going to start talking about your little penis, but then I thought, that's a bit mean. Right, back to the story.
And untrue, ladies. Did we talk about the towel that?
No, but
Jade bought Kev a towel, which has a very. We'll post a video. We've seen it. It has a very large. It's a half picture of a naked man with a very large appendage.
It's just a drawing of my large penis.
And then on the other side of it has the drawing of the same naked man with a little willy. Anyway,
so we're back to
what are we talking about?
We were talking about your training.
Right, yeah.
People who don't change at the gym and people who take. It was about diet.
Yeah, because as you said,
80% diet.
Even if you don't train that hard and you have no aspirations of competing, or if you could train a couple of days a week and go for a walk, but if you nailed your food, you could have the body of an Adonis compared to 90% of the population.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
You don't have to, even if you weren't big, you could just walk around with a six-pack and look awesome.
An athlete, like a fitness Bruce Lee, cut
if
abs.
you just suffered a bit with your food.
Most people find it very difficult to do that. It is very difficult to do that.
It is, especially when you throw emotional issues in. I mean, I think people underestimate how often they emotionally they're eating their feelings.
Yeah.
Because if you're going through life and you either, people want to self-medicate either through drugs, alcohol, or cake, or in your case, lollies.
Yeah, I've been pretty good with. I haven't actually had any lately, even despite my beautiful partner spending out.
Yeah, hijacking you.
Man, those bulk packs of. She's got Tim Tams and Kit Kats. And,
who eats them? She does.
Well, to be fair, she's only eaten a couple of Tim Tams out of all of that stuff that I filmed the other day.
Right.
It's all still sitting there.
Okay, so...
But that doesn't tempt me. I don't like Kit Kats. I don't like
Tim
Tim Tams that much.
So
I mean, I can eat them.
Double choc Tim Tams?
Caramel ones are good.
Oh.
Dunking your...
No, I'm not down with the Dunkin'. I'm not down with the Dunkin'.
What about the sucking the tea through the Tim Tam?
No, you can leave that. You can have that.
You've never done that?
No, I'm not.
Bite the opposite corners off?
Yeah, I'm not. That's just wrong.
Oh, it's pretty good.
No, I'm not down with that. I don't know why you'd be.
Do you like tea? Do you drink tea?
No. No, my mother was being very
Yeah,
English.
how is that you don't drink tea being English?
I think my mum was so addicted. My mum and dad would drink so much tea.
I went to England a few years back, and I stayed with a friend of mine over there, an English guy, and they would like, do you want a cup of tea? And it'd be like 10 times a day offering tea.
Yeah, they're addicted.
And I'd say, yeah, okay, because I don't mind a cup of tea. But basically what it was cup of tea, smoke a joint, cup of tea, smoke a joint,
All right.
cup of tea, smoke a joint. It was just constant the whole day. So I was down with that at the time.
Fucking
We're
baked.
We're going back like 14 years though. 2005. Do you remember when... 2005? No, can't have been 2015. No, fuck, I don't remember.
Yeah.
9, hold on.
2 stones to remember, obviously.
2011. It was actually when that volcano erupted over Iceland, and there was ash all in the air, and they had to cancel all the flights all over the world for like a week. I was there. I was there.
So you
and
couldn't come back?
then. No, I couldn't come back. I was stranded.
My parents drank so much tea. If they could have mainlined it, they would have. If they could have had an IV tea drip, they would have. They just constantly.
Yeah, that's right. English tea all the time.
And it was really weak. My parents had really weak tea and tepid, like lukewarm.
Oh, gross.
Yeah,
Man,
it was
can't
gross.
even like that.
And my mum would have. They drank Shape. You remember Shape milk?
Yes.
High protein, low fat. They'd have that, and it would be really watery. No sugar, which is fine. But my mum would just drink that, like you said, hourly.
Did you make a teapot?
No, just tea bags.
Yeah. Did they ever have a silvery teapot with a tea cozy on it?
No, they never did that. They never did that. But yeah,
Must be a New Zealand thing.
They love their tea. So there was a podcast that you need to listen to, man. There's a guy called Peter Attia. He's a doctor, and he has a podcast called The Drive.
Right.
It's about longevity, fitness, health. Very smart guy. Like really interesting.
To make a note
Really
of that.
speaks well. Yeah. And people listening. So the latest episode is with a guy called Rick Elias, and he's a very successful businessman. He was on that flight, US Airways flight 1549, which was going down, and the pilot landed it on the Hudson River.
Yes.
Which is fucking amazing, right? Like, apparently the pilot himself was he used to fly gliders, like glider planes. You know those glider planes. They actually without engines.
Yeah.
And
My uncle used to fly.
Right.
My mum's brother.
And he also very, very experienced pilot. And apparently very few other pilots, if any other pilots, would be able to have done that actual landing.
Right.
The fact that he had the experience with gliders and had been doing it for 20 years.
So
and
it was a full-size plane, and he landed it
full
in
size
water.
plane, 150 odd passengers.
Landed it in water.
150 odd passengers. One engine blew up, and the plane's going down. It's all over, right? And there was no way they were going to make it to the nearest airfield. And what are you texting? You're texting your missus.
Yeah.
No way they would have made it to the next airfield. If they had, they would have crashed into buildings in New York.
Right.
So he made these calculations. I mean, you being a mathematician, he made these calculations in minutes.
Yes.
Working out velocity, altitude. There was a bridge on the Hudson that he had to miss.
Yeah.
Like, so many factors had to take into account in split seconds. And the guy landed this motherfucker on the water. And amazing. But this guy, Rick Elias, he's just one of the passengers.
Yes.
And he said, so in the last 2 minutes, he really thought his life was over. Like, it was over. Like, this is it. And he said, he wasn't scared, but he had this overwhelming feeling of sadness. Because the regrets he mainly had was not spending enough time with his family and just wasting time.
Yes.
Wasting time in life. And when he landed and he survived, he made a pact with himself to make every day count. And he's gone on to do that. He does all this philanthropy. He's very successful, multi-millionaire.
I bet you he makes the most of the time with his family.
Yeah, he does. He's like, so
That was his regret.
Yeah.
He'd be like making amends for that.
yeah, and so it's just it's a great lesson. So it's the podcast about an hour or so, but it's really worth listening to. And fuck, man, like that's so that's what it's about.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, not being on your fucking phone.
No one knows.
They can see that you're not paying attention.
I'm paying attention, bitch.
So there's a life lesson there, man. Like, that's why stuff like getting up early getting to the beach at 6:30 with mates and doing stuff like that. That's what it's about, man. You know, like starting your
So
day
let's get these turtle stairs happening twice a week then.
yeah. I don't know about that. Fucking hell. No, I'm so exhausted from the other training we do.
Yeah.
We haven't really talked about that. The what's the training?
The
group
training
called?
we're doing.
What's it called?
Plyometrics.
No, there's a group though. What's that group?
You changed the name of it.
Changed the name because it was offensive. It's called Hard as Fuck Training now.
Yeah. The boys.
Which is myself, Kevin, Marcelo, and Nick Oki. We're doing a lot more plyometrics and fitness training now, as well as some heavy deadlifts and squats still.
Strength, yeah. So
it's fucking hard though, and but it's great. Again, I trained by myself for a long time. Some stints with you and some stints with Oki, but it's cool training with a group of us.
Yeah, I know.
It's really cool,
isn't it?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. And different style. It's good.
Yeah,
it's good in our old age.
Yeah, but fuck pulling the age card, man. Do you feel old?
No.
I feel I want to get out of bed. Do you sore when you get out of bed in the morning?
Often.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's all right.
Not as sore these days because I'm not really getting sore like I get sore from the training that I have been doing for years. I've
got to be honest. Like my leg training, my leg workouts, especially. Normally, I wouldn't be able to walk properly.
Yeah.
Whereas that's not the case now. I feel a bit sore. I'm more sore from BJJ now, just having my neck cranked and my knee. Anyway.
Still on the topic of BJJ and the fitness. How's your fitness going with that?
I'm the fittest I've been in my life.
Yeah, wow. Absolutely.
Since I don't know, I'm probably as fit when I was playing soccer as a kid. This is definitely the fittest I've been in my adult life. Like those stairs today. My legs go. It's interesting comparing because I used to do those stairs when I was juiced up.
Right.
And my legs would just power through it. Like my legs weren't fatigued at all.
Yeah, right.
Right? But I'd be sucking air.
My legs kill me doing those stairs.
Well, that's the thing. So I'd have to have I'd do one. I'd have to have a break at the bottom each time.
Fitness wise.
Yeah, cardiovascular fitness wise. However, I would sprint up them.
Yeah.
Sprint up them two stairs at a time and just power through my legs. Right.
Yeah.
It's now, like you said, my legs are cooked.
Yeah.
But I'm recovery. Like I'm fine. Like I'm sucking air at the end. But like that's after 14 times.
Yeah.
Just interesting. So from a cardiovascular and I guess life preservation.
Yeah, I guess my fitness is improving too because I just push through even though I'm fucking it's hard work.
That pushing through that's from bodybuilding, man. Like that, don't you think? Like that I'm so glad. I maybe I know what comes first.
It's learned though, right?
Is it though? That's the thing. Is it? Do we have that in us and that's why we became good bodybuilders, or did bodybuilding?
No, I think a lot of people at the gym they don't train hard. No. They don't push out those last few reps. No. They don't squeeze them out. You squeeze out every last single rep, every set.
Yeah.
And I try to do that most of the time too. Yeah. Because we both know that's how you get the results.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know that the goal is there.
Yeah.
And to get the goal, you have to do certain things.
Yeah.
And there's the Yates and the Mensner and all those old school bodybuilders pushing out the reps, squeezing them out, even Arnie, whatever.
Yeah.
You know that you have to squeeze those. It was all about pushing muscles to the limit. Right?
That's right.
So we had the theory and we put that theory into practice.
Yes.
Over decades, and now doing those stair runs. Sometimes I need to catch my breath for a few seconds at the bottom, but then I go again before I'm ready.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, and you're right because like you're down the bottom there, especially when you're doing those jumps and you're halfway and you go, "This is hard, but I know this." Like you know what I mean? Like this is familiar.
This is me.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is what I do.
Yeah,
that's right. So that's good. I'm pleased you're the fittest you've ever been.
Yeah.
Back when I was a teenager, when I was at high school playing first 15 rugby, we had some of the hardest. I played rugby for 7 years, and the year that I played first 15, age 17, was the hardest training
you've ever
done. And our team was fit as fuck, and we won we won our division and stuff. Even though we weren't the biggest team, we were really fit, and we
Was it? Did you used to do the haka before the?
not at school.
Right.
But at the same time, I played water polo.
Yeah.
Club water polo, and I remember going when water polo season would start. I'd be like going into it thinking, "Oh, I'm fit. I'm going to be killing it."
Yeah.
And I'd get in the pool, and you have to do lengths of what they call egg beater kick, where you have your hands up out of the water and your legs. Your knees are out, and your one foot's going this way and one foot's going that way. So it's like this.
Oh, it's like
like an egg beater.
There's a jiu-jitsu. Marcelo showed this. There's a jiu-jitsu warm-up where you lie on your back and you do that movement.
Right. Well, you do that in the water, and it allows you to push yourself up out of the water, and the really good guys can get up to their belly button, so that you can.
No arm use.
Arms are out of the water.
That sounds horrific.
It is horrific, but you can propel yourself
and you can move forward like that.
Yeah, so the water's too deep for you to touch the bottom.
For sure.
And you move through the water and I remember doing that shit and going, fuck, I'm not fit at all. Like, it's a totally different type. I think, totally different type of fitness. Fitness is very specific.
It is.
It's sports specific.
Yeah.
So you can be fit at the gym, but then you go and try and do turtle stairs and you're not fit at all.
Yeah.
Or
you do turtle stairs and kill it. Then I do BJJ, especially open mat on a Friday night at Marcelo's gym, and I'm fucked.
Yeah, well, it was like that. I thought I was fit from rugby, but compared to in the water fitness, it's doesn't even come close.
I think water polo, they're super fit, aren't they? Like
they are fit.
It's quite violent game as well.
It's very vicious underneath. What you don't see underwater.
Yeah, right.
There's all these kicks to your guts and kicks to your nuts and stuff. People are vicious underwater. Because you're really close marking. Like in basketball when you mark someone, right? And you're like putting your hands up. You're doing that in the water.
Nuts.
Yeah. And then when the direction changes, so the opposite team get the ball, they just turn and they'll push off. And
use you as leverage.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck.
You do that all the time. And also, if you put your hand over someone's shoulder or arm and push them down, right?
Yeah. Is that a foul?
They get a foul, yeah.
Who gets the foul?
The person who got pushed under gets the.
They get
a free shot.
In their favour. Right.
So if you're marking me and your hands are up, put your hands up
like that.
You'd often go like this. You make them do a foul on you, and the ref sees your arm going over your shoulder, and I get the ball. Fuck. That happens all the time. So then I get the ball, so I kick you in the chest to push off and swim away. Yeah. That happens constantly. It's very rough.
It'd be exhausting as well.
Oh, exhausting.
And changing directions and things like that.
Yeah, and with your arms up in the air doing that fucking kick, egg beater kick. Egg beaters don't exist these days, do they? As an item in the kitchen.
No, they don't.
You know how that
movement? That's No, I get it. I get the movement.
And it propel you up.
Why aren't they super shredded then?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's like swimmers aren't that super shredded either.
It's weird, isn't it?
They have that little bit of fat to cushion them in the water to give that insulation.
I'm not buying that.
Oh, I don't know.
I mean, maybe it's a nutrition thing. Maybe they don't. Isn't it interesting though? Like you compare a sprint swimmer, like a 100-meter swimmer.
Yes.
Compare them to the physique of a 100-meter
runner
sprinter who has like a fucking Adonis physique.
Yes.
I guess maybe the drugs. There's more. They're on more drugs.
High impact runners fucking hit the ground every step. It's that high impact.
And they're squatting.
Swimming is more gentle.
Yeah.
There's no hard impact stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. I'd rather look like a sprinter.
However, I think improvements in nutrition and training have happened across the board in all sports. Look at cricket players.
Yeah.
They actually look like athletes now.
Do they?
Yeah, they do.
I haven't watched cricket since I was a kid.
Neither have I. Well, I don't know really either. But they showed the Aussie cricket team all like playing in the waves at Bondi or whatever beach they were at, and they're actually in decent shape. Yeah, they look like nearly like a football team almost.
Right.
But back in the day, 20, 30 years ago, they were fat.
Who's the
stumpy guy?
Marsh?
Yeah, there's Marsh, there was Merv Hughes.
They all look like shit.
They all did look like shit. David Boone.
That's what I think.
Those
they all have the gay mustaches.
And the fat bellies.
Yeah.
Great cricketers.
Yeah.
But not fit at all.
Not fit at all.
No nutrition, sinking beers after the game.
Sinking beers and it's funny.
So the profile of a professional sportsman has in some codes has really improved and changed in terms of their physique, and that must come down to nutrition. And
for sure. Speaking of nutrition and training and running, so we went and saw the movie. We were going to go and see Charlie's Angels last night.
We weren't.
No.
Steve and his family.
Stephen, my family. And we got to Dandy Newtown, it was packed and it sold out. And so we went and saw Brittany Runs a Marathon, which is based on a true story about this fat chick who is just drinking her life. She's 28. She's got high blood pressure. She goes to the doctor and her BMI is fucking off the chart in the obese field. And it's interesting because initially she wanted to go, what you're fat shaming to the doctor? You're fat shaming me. Why are you hitting my self-esteem like this? Then through a period of the movie, she embraces the fact that she needs to get in shape and actually to save her life, and also to get alive. Yes. And it's pretty fucking inspiring. Like it's a talking about. I try to find movies.
Any known actors in it?
Not that I know. I try to find movies that have got strong female leads, to inspire Bianca and Gabrielle.
Yes.
And it really is one. It's a great message.
B cut as well.
Yeah.
Everyone liked it.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a raunchy sex scene, but and it's funny, just on a side note, it's funny. Gabrielle's covering Bianca's eyes in the sex scene. There's no nudity, but they're banging and she's groaning, right? And it's interesting. I guess Gab's Catholic upbringing that had to be covered, but Bianca's seen any number of murders and explosions and stuff like that over the period she's watched movies. But that's okay. But people having sex, and it was very loving. Like it was. They were in love, and it was the first time they'd had sex, and it was like a beautiful moment.
That's not just Gab doing that. That's the case with censorship, and like TV, what they can show you on TV, and all that stuff. You can show someone shooting 100 people, heads blown up and bits of bodies going everywhere. But any hint of sex, and they got to ban it or delay it until after a certain time or whatever. Yeah,
I don't know what the rating was on this. It was probably MA15, might have even been. But I just thought that was interesting. But great movie, and she goes on this journey and eventually gets too obsessed. The weight's not coming down, and she's deep in it. She starts running more and more, and actually gets into obsession, and then comes full circle and blah blah blah. But it's actually
full circle, so she falls off the wagon again.
No, she just she realizes that there has to be moderation even in the positive stuff.
Does she lose weight?
Yeah, she loses she loses about 25 kilos or something, and of course runs the New York Marathon, which is the whole goal.
Yes.
I saw The Joker as well last week. You seen it?
No.
You have to see it.
Is it still at the movies?
Yeah, it's everywhere.
Oh, good.
Man, Joaquin Phoenix
I heard
has to win the Oscar. Should absolutely win the Oscar.
Wow. I've heard some people say it's great.
It's not a Dickie Marvel comic movie superhero because I can't stand them.
Yeah. Did you go because Rogan gave it such a good props?
Did he? No, I don't know if he did.
Oh, yes. Brilliant. Okay, absolutely brilliant.
No, I didn't see that. Like
he's talked about it in a couple of episodes.
Dark, hard to watch.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Dark.
He said he was just blown away when you walk out of it. It's like
dark. Yeah. And the other thing, the one movie I do want to see, which I haven't had a chance to yet, is The Irishman.
Yes.
By Scorsese.
I'd like to see that too.
De Niro, Pacino, Joe Pesci, Harvey Keitel.
Oh, Harvey Keitel's on it too.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, he's great.
There is some drama with that because it's going to be it's Netflix have got it.
Yes. And they're putting it out while it's still on at the movies.
So movie theaters are boicotting it.
Why did the makers of that movie decide to allow Netflix to do that or give it to them?
Netflix just gave them fucking big bank, I guess.
Yeah, I guess
big bank.
That's it. It should just not be allowed. They should be given a chance to show it at the movies, have people go and see it, get the rankings up, all that shit.
I still love the movie experience.
Yes.
Like
Even though it costs you fucking $80 a ticket.
Well, we went to I don't know if I've told you this yet, but I actually had a cheat meal last night.
Oh.
I went to the because I think it's 4 weeks till the end of the shred.
Didn't you say a week ago that you weren't?
No.
going
That was
anymore?
that. I fell off that. No, that's
Keeping it clean the whole
so.
way through.
I felt 4 weeks till the end of the shred.
Yes.
I'm going to go hard. I'm even going to cut out the protein bar I have every day.
Wow.
So I'm going to go hard, and so this is my justification for eating. So the Italian bowl on the street.
So it's your final hurrah before the hammer comes down.
Cheap and cheerful. There, I like it. I have the schnitzel, chicken schnitzel, and gnocchi bolognese.
Right.
It's so good.
Yeah, isn't it? It's good. A schnitzel is good every now and then.
Yeah. So, but if you go there, you can buy movie tickets for Dandy next door for $11.
If you have your receipt or something.
Yeah.
Right.
So anyway, so just briefly, went there, but The Irishman. I want to see that. That's gonna be good, I think. And so 2 movies and Zombieland double tap. Have you seen Zombieland?
No.
You haven't seen Zombieland?
No.
It's on Netflix. Watch Zombieland. Woody Harrelson.
Okay.
It's Bianca's favourite movie.
Really?
Yeah. Boys can watch it.
I haven't
probably.
really gotten into zombie stuff much.
It's Bianca's favourite genre.
Right.
She nightmares on the regular.
Oh, my boys will love it. They love that shit.
It's cute.
Jake was dressed as a zombie for Halloween.
Yeah.
The last 2 years in a row.
Yeah. So zombie. Maybe we should all go. We could bring the kids.
We need a whole row, man.
Yeah.
My crowd.
Yeah, that's all right. That'd be fun. Bianca. Yeah, it'd be good. Yeah.
All right, let's hook that up.
Yeah.
Changing the subject completely. Did you hear that it has just been announced that for the first time ever, more than 50% of Australia's energy has been sourced from renewable resources, solar and wind.
Really?
Yeah.
50%.
It's going into the grid. Yeah.
That's awesome.
It is good.
Yeah.
I doubt any other progressive country has achieved that, or apart from like
NZ maybe.
maybe in.
If anybody's doing it, it'd be in New Zealand,
Norway or somewhere out there.
those Scandinavian fuckers would be doing it.
They're way ahead. Yeah.
All they do is smoke pot and make porn
and recycle.
and recycle.
Yeah.
It's easy for them
That's why they're so happy
because they're stoned
and good looking.
Stoned and just fucking.
There are a ridiculous number of good-looking people in Sweden. Have you actually? I've been there. So
Have you?
I've seen
You've
it.
been, you're quite well travelled.
I went to a few countries in Europe when.
In your European tour.
2005.
When European tour.
I went about 7 countries there because
Right.
I had friends in most of the places, so I
Right,
wanted to
okay.
get
You
around.
have friends in Sweden?
Yeah, I got 2 mates that live in Sweden.
Oh, right.
Kiwis.
Okay.
Yeah,
Kiwis, they just get everywhere.
they
don't
happen to hook up with Swedish chicks and move over.
Were they hot?
My friends or the girls.
Either. No, the girls.
They're all hot. Yeah. Shout out to Brett and Neil actually over in Sweden. Yeah, Neil's watched a few of these.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
He's living in Sweden. We're international, baby.
We certainly are.
Yeah.
My brother in Tokyo has watched a few as well.
Right. Do you think everything's like pretty gay though?
That's your fault, not mine. Well, I told you, like Carlos, is it Carlo? Giancarlo, who owns
Yes.
Food for Fitness,
Goodness.
big food company.
Yeah.
Shout out to Carlo. He said, "Oh yeah, all the gay stuff." I know you're joking. Pretty funny, but yeah, it's very funny. But
Carlo's a nice guy actually.
He's a good guy.
Did I tell you that Carlo story? I was before I moved into the house that I'm living in now. I stayed at the in-laws for a few months.
right,
Jade's parents
Right.
who were living there. And I was arriving back in San Susi. I was arriving back there. I pulled up in my car, and before I got out of the car to go in to the property, another car pulled up behind me.
right,
And I see this big dude get out and
big shoulders.
walk towards the door that I'm about to get out of my car and go towards as well,
Right.
the gate. Right, and he went in,
Yeah.
and I'm like, who the fuck's that guy? It definitely wasn't a family member. And then I get out and I walk to it, and as I approach the gate, he's on his way back out again, and it's Carlo, Giancarlo. And he was like, what are you doing here? And I was like, man, I live here. What are you doing
What
here?
are you doing here?
And he has this little crazy little dog called Vegas, right? This little fluffy thing.
Right.
And Jade's mum has a doggy daycare thing from her house. She
Right,
looks
okay.
after dogs.
Yeah. Okay.
And he was going to pick up or drop off his dog or something. And so there we go. It's a small world.
He's done well, hasn't he? With he's
has done
worked
well.
fucking hard.
He has done well.
Yeah. Actually, we talked because he does watch occasionally. He said he'd come on.
Oh, good.
Talk about his business.
Oh, that'd be good.
Yeah.
That'd be a good
Because
story.
he really grinded from personal training and just like delivering food meals himself.
I started just after him doing my food, but this
Yeah.
I'm not worried. My food company, and
Yes.
then I did it for 6 years. So he must have been doing it now for 8 years or something. And I recommend people to. I still have old customers contact me every now and
Right,
then
and
and say, "You're still doing it?"
Yeah.
And I pass them all on to him.
Yeah.
I say, "Check this guy out. Check out his website.
It's good food. Good food.
Yeah. No, good on him.
Most people at City Gym seem to be eating his meals.
Yeah, he's done well.
Yeah.
Good on him.
I still prep
Come
my
on the show.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, have him on.
Open invitation, bro.
Yeah.
I still prep my. I find it quite therapeutic. I put some music on or listen to something and just make up my meals. It's not a hassle for me.
Right. How many times a week do you do that?
I cook about every second night.
Yeah,
I don't like keeping my meals.
Fair enough. For 5 days in the fridge.
Yeah. Having said that, if I'm pushed, if I was without a meal, because it's fortunate that at City Gym you can buy the Carlo's meals individually if you need to. This is the thing, and with so many options, again we're talking about meals and diet and how important. There is no excuse not to eat quality meals, whether you're trying to put on muscle and get the calories in, or do the opposite, get lean. There's no excuse. It's so easy. It's so fucking easy.
Once you know.
Once you know,
when you have no idea about nutrition.
You think that actually...
Like, there are people in the same boat that you were when you started training and when I was.
Yeah.
And going back to that, I had no idea about protein and carbohydrates and stuff. For the first year that I trained in a gym after I left school, first year out of school, 1990, I was training at the university gym that I went to. There was a little weights room. Yeah. And I'd end up being late to lectures because I was like trying to fit in more exercises each time I trained. Yeah. I actually would just go around and do each exercise that was at the gym, each machine. And I'd add more and more each time. So the workouts became an hour 20, an hour 40, 2 hours long, and I'd be half an hour late to lectures. Anyway, there was a cafe attached to that gym upstairs, and I would go and get a can of fruit juice. There was this brand that fruit juice came in a can. I did an ad for that company once, a TV ad. Yeah, Fresh Up it was called. Anyway,
you told me that.
Can of fruit juice and a fucking Moro bar, which was like a Mars bar.
They're good.
And that's what I'd have after training.
Yeah.
And thinking I was replenishing my energy.
Yeah, ridiculous.
All I'm doing is putting the sugar back
Sugar
in.
and fat in.
No protein.
No protein.
No
nutritional value.
I'd have dinner when I got home, and there'd be some meat there, but no protein. Like when I asked you if you thought you were behind the 8 ball with your nutrition, it's because I did that for a whole year, and I thought, imagine if I'd eaten even if I'd just eaten a couple of chicken drumsticks after training.
Yeah.
No fucking
Or even
idea.
some fish and chips would have been better.
Yeah, it would have been hopeless.
Yeah. So, you're right. People don't get it until they get it.
That's right, until you learn it or told by someone.
Yeah.
That's why we're so integral. Our jobs in people's
well,
health.
only if they're teachable, though. I mean, I train people, and as you have people that I've trained for years, and they don't want to accept that it's all about the food. Our mate Teddy, the opera singer.
Oh, right.
Good boy, good bloke, but just doesn't want to eat properly. Still wants to have his peanut butter on toast every morning.
Right.
And his friend.
Well, he could have peanut butter on toast if he was eating the rest of the day.
Yeah, his friend dropped him in it, because he'd been telling me that, Steve, I'm off the grog. I'm not drinking any wine. And Julie said to me, but he's drinking beers. He's getting to beer.
Teddy. What are you doing, mate?
Anyway, he's doing right. He's the best built opera singer in Australia.
That's
probably
right.
in the world, actually.
The only one.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, and no, don't worry about that. That's pretty much it.
That's it for
Episode
me.
39.
Yeah.
Coming up to an hour.
Follow, like, comment, share.
Subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Yeah, which is called...
What the fuck is it called?
The YouTube channel is called The Push Podcast. That's it, I think.
Yeah, The Push Podcast.
Send us a message. Shred has got 4 weeks left. We've still got to find a gala event for our gala event.
We do.
I think it's just upstairs at Muscle Maria or something like that.
Oh, really?
There's a little room upstairs.
Oh, yeah.
But 4 weeks to go. Last year's winner is actually Peter, he's just fucking stepped it up, and you can see him fucking going hard on the bike for cardio.
Right.
So
I've got to start doing cardio.
Well, you did.
Apart from my
did it today.
once a week
Fell
on the
stairs.
stairs isn't cutting it.
All right, that's it. My name's Steve Machine Curran.
Kevin Big Daddy Allwood. We'll see you next time.
Peace out.